My name. Oh wait. Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
You messed up.
I know, I did. Well, glad I got that out of the way.
Yeah, you messed up. I'd be embarrassed
all-
for you, but
Hey, I just set the bar extremely low. It's all uphill from here.
yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Friday hangover on the Monday Hangover channel. Look at that! Already got 20 people here hanging out with us. Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
I brought the chili dogs and black coffee. I'm ready. The Spider Unlimited.
What is going on, everybody? I got a new hat on today. Look at 9 Line Set. I got a lot of gifts today. I feel very blessed. I didn't get to show Mo this crazy gift that Atari sent me. All right, here comes Debbie Downer, everybody. Welcome, Criticus Blaine.
I'm here to
Didn't-
rain on some parades.
He didn't like this film. Well, anyway, before we get into it, thank you all for being here. We're trying to get this thing monetized. If you want to go back and watch old episodes or just let it run while you sleep, I'd be forever grateful. We're about 2,000 hours out. Not bad. Not bad. We'll see how this stream goes, and we'll go from there. But I wanted to show Mo this. Atari sent me this gift. Let me show you this. So it's a Atari watch.
Dude,
What?
that's freaking sick.
Yeah,
want
you
that
charge
right
it up, and then you hit the bottom button, and you could play Missile Command, Pong,
What?
Centipede. So I'll pick. I picked Centipede this morning. So Centipede comes up on the screen, and you can move it around. And
Dude, that is
actually, I'm
super
not playing
cool.
well, but like, so you can play Centipede. Pretty cool.
They just sent you that for free?
So, yeah. So what happens is a lot of times companies send me things, and the way I do business, if I'm gonna like give you like a commercial or something, like a shout out on the YouTube channel, I always like send me the item first, and I'll let you know. So I need to have them send me like 2 or 3 so I can do giveaways.
Right. That's
So
like an
I told
$80
them-
watch.
I told them no. At first. I was like, "No, I'm good. Like, I have 9 Line Apparel. 9 Line Apparel has been so good to me, and like, I'd rather people buy a 9 Line shirt than anything else. Like, and I don't want to be that guy that has like 20 different sponsors,
Right.
because it's like after you go to Buc-ee's and drink that Buc-ee's with a nice new cup at Buc-ee's in your 9 Line shirt." Anyway, you know what I mean? So it's like, so I told them no, like, but I think they sent it out before I could tell them no. So then they were just like, enjoy the watch, and if you change your mind, let us know. The thing I don't like,
Shoot.
and you guys will get these if you have an email on your YouTube channel, like my recommendation for anyone that has a YouTube channel, just put don't use the same email as your channel. Just get a generic YouTube channel, generic Gmail,
Yeah,
and put it in your description, and you'll start getting stuff.
that's cool.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
hit
I mean, that watch is
100K
pretty
like
sick.
on a channel, like they just start people like want you to read ads and stuff. The thing that I don't like, it's like what their deal here. I'm like spilling the tea here. Maybe I shouldn't do this, because if somebody else gets this as an ad, I want them to be successful. Like I don't want them to not be successful. Basically it's like it's just worked on, like if I promote the watch and you use my link, I get a percentage, and I'm like, I don't do that. So
Right.
that's just me. Stop now, Jay, says Sean. All right, I'm just telling a story. I'm just telling a story.
I got it.
Anyway.
Since we're talking about Atari, and I don't get to talk about this often, I got this from Atari 35 years ago. So check this out. Because I'm an old man, but and I removed all incriminating name evidence from
I
it.
think you can share it yourself, right?
Oh yeah, I can.
Yeah.
So I wrote Atari, and I told them to make this device that I drew when I was 9 years old. I
Wow.
with a 4-color
Dude.
pen, which is the only way to draw stuff. They sent it back to me, and they gave me this letter, and it said, "Thank you for your recent idea submission. We'd like to explain, bring an idea to it." So they actually considered it, looked through it. They probably should have listened to me because I told them to make a handheld console that was widescreen in 1990 with all their classic games on it. And what happened a few years later, they went out of business.
Yep.
But I'm willing to take watches and anything else you want to send me, Atari. So check out my link to it.
Atari's back. You can buy like the Atari joystick that has like 100 of their games already in that you could just plug it in and
Right.
play.
Oh, I still got my old Atari, baby, that I grew up with.
Woo!
So, yeah, Atari 7800.
Man, that's incredible.
awesome.
Let's say hi to all the wonderful people in here, and let me warn them that Blaine is going to make them cry. Is here. Monday Hangover on Monday, Tuesday night main event Tuesday, Monday Hangover first shots on Friday match. Yeah. Sane, Soundwave Superior always supporting, even though Starscream is better. Brimstone, Zero, Savvy's Burnt Toast. My man Alex is here. What's up, brother? Wasp is here, checking everything out. Donna Hall. She was in a bad car accident, but she seems to be doing it now. So, Life on Marshmallow. Spider Unlimited. Loved the movie. Sean is here. You know, Zero. I think I got everyone. A2. How you doing, A2? I got a mod A2. Are you not a mod? A2 is a mod on all my channels. So whether she mods stuff or not, it's just
Tradition at this point.
yeah, it's a tradition thing. Let's see. Nagranal is here. What's up, brother? And so many others. Probably not going to stick around so I can go in fresh. Now, I totally respect that. Because we're going to spoil it. MJ. Oh, let me get the banner up. I'm professional over here. There you go. There's the banner. Spoilers. Look at that. Going down the stream. The Naked Gun 2025. Is it just the same name? Like it wasn't like Naked Gun Rebirth or anything like that?
Nope. Same name.
They kind of missed an opportunity. You're right. It should have been
Well, because wasn't one of them like 2.5, but there wasn't a 2 or something?
Yeah.
So they should have called this one 2.
What now, Blaine? Which ones have you seen?
Yeah.
I've only seen bits and pieces of like all of them. I've never like sat and watched them through. But also, like, just so everyone knows, I do not like this type of movie. This type of comedy is not my bag. Like, I just, for whatever reason, I don't know, the whole like, I don't even know what to call this genre of comedy.
It's
the
called
parody.
clever comedy.
Clever?
Enjoyable by humans. Yes.
Clever comedy because they use every moment to try to make a joke. So it's not just like. So I would put like Dumb and Dumber in dumb comedy, but almost maybe but clever comedy is.
See, I don't consider this clever. I almost consider Dumb and Dumber more clever than this.
Really?
Yes, personally, because of how, like, this is like the lowest of lowbrow types of jokes. Like, you can see them coming from like 100 miles away. You're like, yep. Or it's one of two things. It's either that, or it's so random and weird that you're like, what is happening right now? Who and what is this snowman? How did we get here?
Exactly. Exactly. Someone said Jay just made that up. Hold on. Let me just point something out. All right. Here we go. Let me share something since he is our Gandalf of the nerddom, is nerdrotic. Naked Gun 2025 was good fun. Nowhere near the comedy genius of the originals. Not every joke lands, but I laughed throughout the whole movie. Hopefully this encourages more people to watch the ZAZ Productions. This humor is based on. Yeah, that was good stuff. It isn't dumb humor. Quite the opposite. It's clever humor. So I didn't make it up.
I mean, I
They
think
don't let
I
a
think
single frame go to waste. That's why it's clever. They don't let a single frame go to waste. That's
they don't do that. I think, as to what I dubbed it, which was boomer humor, is actually more apt. This is boomer humor, which also makes sense as to why Gary likes it, because Gary is like king of the boomers. So
I feel like
Just saying.
Jay stole that from Gary. Probably. Can't win. Can't win.
yeah, this one, man, I didn't know, but I'll tell you guys, because of how much crap I've caught for not liking Airplane, and the fact that like half of Criticalist calls me Shirley. I tried really hard to like this. I did. I think I laughed like 2 or 3 times probably. So like I laughed a little bit, It just, man, it didn't hit. Didn't hit for me.
What kind of humor do you like, Blaine?
Okay.
What's a
so
funny
listen.
movie to you? Just pick
Pr-
one.
Pineapple Express.
You like that adult? You like pot smoking humor? Okay,
Yes,
I get
yeah.
it.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The
Weed
old Kevin
humor.
Smith
He's
movies.
a
Weed
pothead.
humor, yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I bet you like
That-
Zach and Miri make a certain.
Zach and Miri make a porno. We actually have a badge connected to that movie in Criticalist, so technically yes.
Go
There
get
is
your
one
badge,
very-
everyone. Go get your badge.
I will give you this. There's a hilarious scene. And you
Th-
know which one
there-
I'm talking about?
Yeah, oh,
yeah. I can't even say it, but yeah.
Like I like kind of that like raunchy, edgy, R-rated humor.
Grandma's Boy.
I freaking love Grandma's Boy, like those types of movies. The only things I was trying to think about, like movies in this style that I like, and I think the closest that I can get is stuff like Austin Powers. Like that's probably in that
Okay.
like spoof, because I guess this is more like spoof comedy, right? Like Austin Powers was making fun of the Bond stuff. This is making fun of like police procedurals. You've got like Airplane, which is kind of just making fun of everything. So yeah, as far as spoof comedies, I think Austin Powers is probably where I land as far as this type of stuff that I like.
Sounds good. All right. I appreciate your honesty. Some people don't like that heavy R-rated raunchy humor. Like
Yeah.
I guess growing up that would be what, like Porky's 2, things like
Right.
that.
Right.
Booby humor, maybe that's what
Yeah.
we call it. So
Booby humor.
I don't even want to put Trading Places in that category because that's one of the best comedies like ever.
where would we
there's-
put like Tropic Thunder?
That's kind of in between
Because everybody loves that film. You love it? I love it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
It's-
American Pie.
I love the American Pie movies.
I do
like,
too.
I'm trying to think of what else in that kind of like Super Bad, all those in that time period, those 2000s, like raunchy humors. I loved those, which that was my teenage years. So it makes sense. Like,
Scary Movie.
yeah, there were, and that's in this kind of a genre too.
But did
What
you
about,
like
like-
Scary Movie?
I did when I was young. I have not seen them
Yeah,
since
yeah.
I was an adult. So
Got
I
it, got
don't
it.
know where they'd land now.
I got it. What about you, Mo? What kind of comedies do you like? Do you have like a
like I said, I love the early 80s comedies where it was smart, like Frank Oz, those kind of comedies. Jonathan Landis.
what movies? Like I need
Trading
movies.
Places, man,
Oh,
is
Trading
one I will
Places.
laugh.
Old
my
Eddie
ass
Murphy
off.
stuff.
Yeah, where I can't even say any of the jokes, but
Yeah.
because they're so like Blazing Saddles, Silent
Yes.
Movie by Mel Brooks. If you've not seen Silent Movie,
Yeah, that's a
That is
pretty
a-
good one.
that's when the old ladies walk by and they're in a certain position and they say a certain word every time. It's funny. Yeah, like Mel Brooks, I love up until about Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Well, Dead and Loving It was good too. I like that. But like Jonathan Landis, Frank Oz, those kind of like really smart but raunchy comedies, I really like those. But I like Scary Movie. I'll laugh at it as long as they don't take themselves too seriously. Tropic Thunder was freaking hilarious. I love that movie.
That could be an
Like-
A+
Yeah.
comedy, right?
Dude,
Right.
Yeah.
when he picks up the guy's head after he steps on the landman, he's like, "Oh, it's fake."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, like
I
there's
think
so
that
much."
movie
Yeah.
mixed a little bit of everything in it. Stupidity,
Mm-hmm.
making fun of stuff, like they did the Booty Sweat commercial. Great cameos by Tom Cruise and a few others. So like, yeah, that one did it pretty well. And
What about like
shocked with,
Caddyshack?
Dude,
yeah,
love Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
Love-
Yeah, it's not bad. So I like these kind of movies. I like full retarded movies. I don't know why. I just do. That's just how my brain is wired. Pretty dumb. So Dumb and Dumber to me is like all time high. Like I love that. I love the original 3 Naked Gun films, all 3 of them. I just like the fact that because I can't keep a straight face. I got a serious problem. When something goes down around me, I can't stop. That's why I'm being accused of tripping Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if you've seen this or heard about this. When Winnie the Pooh went down while I was live on Park Hopping right in front of me, I can't hold it, man. I have to. That's who I am. When I die, I want everyone to tell jokes and laugh, please. Do it hard, like whatever, man. Like it's not going to offend me. I don't want no one crying. I just like that's how I deal with stuff. Like it's just how it is. It's hilarious. So when I'm out with Ryan and Ryan is just like having a racist rant or something like that, I can't stop. I laugh hard. It's just funny to me, and it probably gets me into trouble. So in the Naked Gun, the originals, Frank Drebin was able to like in the films, able to keep a straight face while just saying the dumbest stuff, and it just slaps me right in the. It's so funny. Like little things in the original one where the guy hands him a cigar. He goes, Cuban. And he goes, no, I'm Dutch Irish. My family's from Wales. I don't know why that is so freaking funny to me. It's freaking funny to me. Like just those little tiny things like, that I don't know that they put in this movie here. I think it does a great job paying homage to the original Naked Gun. I think it was kind of lined up pretty well. If you haven't seen the other 3, then you probably wouldn't know. I also don't think that you need to watch the older ones to watch this one. But you do. Blaine is right. You got to know what you're getting into when you go to the theater. For me, my theater was packed. Every seat. I couldn't believe it. That it was that full. And they gave away Naked Gun posters, which I left in the theater by accident. I didn't realize till I got into my car. I was like, "What the freak is my poster?" Yeah, there you go. They gave away a special Naked Gun like drink thing combo. Anyway, everybody was in there, and people laughed from start to the very end of the credits because even in the credit roll, they were adding like funny names, like Mr. Masturbator, like stuff like that. Like it's just freaking funny. Like, and people stayed and laughed. So I appreciate my theater. My theater is always jumping. It's at Universal Studios. It's in the theme parks. It's just a happening place where everybody goes there and like has a great time. So
yeah, unfortunately, my theater was full of Blaines. I had like 2 J's and about 20 Blaines. Just a bunch of North Carolinian fuddy-duddies. I don't know what comedy is. Yeah. So obviously the first part of the movie, most people didn't laugh because we've all seen it. But yeah, they kind of got into it, but it took a long time to warm them up. It was
my theater was pretty quiet.
Sons and Shadows. You remember that video? Disney unveils its first retractable lightsaber. Here's how they did it. Drunk 3PO. Yeah. Why I watch? Sorry, man. I don't do those videos anymore. I just do comic book reviews. So, I don't know why you're writing that in the chat, but there you go. Anyway, shall we begin?
Sure.
We're like 20 minutes in. I love this movie. I gave it a 90 on Critic List. We'll go through the Critic List scores later. Blaine gave it a 6, I think, or something like that.
No,
7,
it was
maybe.
a 20. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, 20. All right.
Oh, come on.
It's pretty low. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, But actually, you know what? The truth is, people that don't like this humor, I expect them to give it like a 0 because it's you could watch this and be like, this is so dumb. I hate it. Like, I totally understand that. That's why I think you really need to know what you're getting into when you walk into it and know that it is just ridiculously stupid. The opening scene is the one that they showed in the previews. There's a bank robbery going on. A little girl walks in with a lollipop, and they're like, "What do you want, little girl?" She rips off her mask, and it's Frank Drebin, who's 7 feet tall. The girl's like 2 feet tall, and begins to kill everyone with a lollipop. and just dismantles everyone, rips people's arms off, and slaps them. It's freaking funny. He stops a bank robbery. They go back to work, and then the chief of police is mad at him because he did things wrong, because the criminals get all the rights now. It's like they made jokes about it. I love the fact in this film that they made fun of YouTube ads when he's in that one scene trying to download the video and he has to go through two ads. That's freaking funny. I love that they make fun of Disney adults. There's a quip there about Disney adults.
Yes.
I thought it was perfect because everyone accuses me of being a Disney adult. So I thought it was freaking. She goes, "Oh, she's got all the plushies. You know, she's a Disney adult." I was dying, man. I was like, "That's perfect."
Dude, the first part where I laughed out loud and nobody else did was when they bust open the safety deposit box and you see the thing that they're after called
the
plot device. And I laughed, and all the other Blaines in my theater just like, ooh, it's so funny.
This says so much about me. The first time that I laughed in this movie was when he made the jizz joke, and I about died. And he's I'm trying to even remember what the joke was, but he references like using some kind of like metal or like some retro rock T-shirt, and it's like one of the few like really raunchy jokes in the movie, and I like cackled, and no one else in the theater laughed. Dude. And I was like, "Come on, guys, that was a good one."
The one where he meets Pamela Anderson for the first time, and he goes, "It is making me wish I was a toilet. I'd be begging for the brown." And I was just like,
yeah.
Wow.
That my theater erupted when he says, because he says it so softly. He's like, "With a butt that a toilet would be begging for the brown." And you're just like, what? What did he just say?
I still can't believe this movie was PG-13. I had to put it in my critics review, like, do not bring your kids. This is not appropriate.
I had debated because I was like trying to orchestrate my day, and I was gonna text you and ask and be like, "Hey, can my son go to this?" And then I went and looked in Criticals, and like all the people had already on the family friendly side, it said no. I was like, okay, well, don't need to text Mo. I don't think that pretty much solves it.
I would have told you the same thing, dude. It was like, I was like shocked. I was like, I had to double check. I like opened it up my Adam Tickets app, and I'm like, yeah, it's PG-13. And I'm like, I can't believe they got away with it. It was hilarious though. Those are some of the best gags.
Yeah, they eked out that PG-13 rating for sure, especially during the scene that they totally ripped off from Austin Powers, where it's kind of behind a curtain. And
they did a good job, though.
Yeah, they did do a good job. I mean, but they allude to some very sexual things.
So the movie starts off with a bank robbery, but they go into a safety deposit box and they pull out a computer device that doesn't need to be plugged in or anything. And it's called Plot. What's it called? Plot
device, but it's got little dots. So
Plot device. It's like Plot stands for something stupid.
Primordial.
Whatever it is.
Low. Yeah. They say.
Yeah. So they then hand it off to a guy that's in a car after they rob the bank. Frank Drebin Jr. stops the robbery, or he doesn't stop that particular thing getting robbed, but he beats up all the other people in there. And the movie begins to proceed with him being suspended off the bank robbery case. And I'm trying to slow down because there's so much stuff that happens. Like, he has a moment with his dad with the picture on the wall. It's the same thing they showed in the previews. There's O.J. Simpson, and the black cop's like, nah, like he doesn't have a moment with O.J. Simpson. I thought that was hilarious.
It was even better because he actually said something. He's like, "Hey, Dad," and he goes, "Mm-mm." And he just...
But it's weird. He's like, "Dad, can you tell me that you're proud of me and like turn into an owl or something?" Like that's what he asked. He has to be turned into an owl. Anyway, the whole plot for this movie was evil billionaires. This one guy is really into high tech. He's basically Elon Musk. So they're making him play like Elon Musk because he's invented electric cars that drive themselves.
But they're not making fun of Elon Musk at all. It's his own character. There's there's no left or right humor. It's just humor.
Right.
But anyways,
but he's the guy who invented electronic cars, and he's all into tech, and he's also got something that helps your testosterone. You put your wang
Red
in
light
this
therapy.
thing. Yeah, he said that people are standing there. See, Blaine's laughing, man. I think if he would have went with me, he would have had a better time and like, that's enjoyable. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
It would have at least put me up to like a 50. It did not help that I was in a theater of people that no one was laughing. Like,
that's awful. That's
it was
awful.
pretty full,
a dead
too.
theater's the worst. A dead theater is like, it's bad. That's how it was when I watched Superman. Theater was like dead, like no clapping, no nothing. I hate it.
That's hard.
I hate it. So he has this device, and the plan is that he's going to go to a WWFC or WWE. Like
no, WWFC. You're right.
Yeah. Wrestling and MMA. And he's going to turn on this device, and it's going to turn everyone into like a zombie animal. It's going to ignite the animal instinct in their brain. Anyone with a cell phone, anyone with that's close to like a television or something like that, and they're going to kill each other. And all the billionaires are going to go into this cave, this cave, and they're going to live until everybody like kind of kills himself off and come back and rule the earth. That's the plot. The best part is when they're in the cave, the billionaire, the guy's like, I've got some entertainment for everyone. And it's Weird Al Yankovic who's going to be like playing the live music for them while they sit in there for like 10 years. So I was dying, man.
As a computer nerd, I love the plot because the plot actually made sense. Like it was all nonsensical, but the actual crime and like how things happened and it all tied together. Like that wasn't just like a backstage thing. But my favorite thing is just like, how do you fix any electronic? You unplug it and you plug it back in, and that's what we're gonna do with society. And like it actually,
so
it was really good.
Frank Drebin got kicked off, and please stop me whenever if you think of a funny joke. Frank Drebin got kicked off the bank robbery because he did something wrong, and it was just like a funny. It just was a funny thing that. He's into fighting with the chief police, who's a strong black woman, but it's not woke. It's just she plays a great character who's like trying to take care of her husband, which makes no sense.
No, he just sleeps constantly. And that is just what he does. She's like,
don't wake my husband up. He's trying to get his beauty or he's sleeping for a test or something. I don't know what it was. Throughout the entire film, as the cops walk into every room, people are handing them cups, like cups of coffee.
Dude.
It's like every 5 seconds they walk in the room, coffee. So it's like, yeah, coffee. There you go. Coffee.
And they throw out every full cup of coffee to be handed another full cup of coffee, to the point in which Frank gets handed cups of coffee through his car window while he's driving down the road.
and that is quintessential Naked Gun humor. That's like right on. That is on brand.
Now, and I will say there's a bit where he's so they use the body cam footage that Frank has on him, and they play the whole day worth of his body cam footage, and it's basically just him eating chili dogs until he craps himself.
And he keeps saying like, fast forward a little bit. Fast forward a little bit.
It just never gets better.
He's like crying. He's like he hopes he dies.
Oh, I'm gonna have to buy another suit. Yeah.
So then the chief of police puts Frank Drebin on a car crash of a very prominent person that an inventor, right? Another guy, and who died in a car crash. So he shows up at the car crash, puts on a rubber glove, and then handles everything with his regular hand.
Scratches his nose and
So he's like. He's just looking at the car crash, and he's like, all right, let's get the crash out of here. They turn it into a claw game to pick up the car, dude.
Dude, I legitimately face palmed, like was just like, oh, no. Like that's what this movie is. That's what's happening. This is all right.
Oh,
I thought it was hilarious.
Hey,
and of course it drops halfway up.
Yeah. Thank you, Brett. More than happy to help with the why. Appreciate you, man. Dr. Manzor's here. Sean. Nagranol dropping links. I love it. Please ask whatever questions you want in the chat. We're not monetized, so like I'll try to get them and highlight them and answer whatever questions you want. So he gets back to the office and he kind of is like, he's like, well, this was a suicide. It was an electric car. that drove off the edge. They found some pills, and he just tells Frank goes, it's just a suicide. Let's just move on. He's bitter that he's not on the case of the bank robbery. So he gets back to the office, and he's like, hey, there's a woman in there to see you. Do you want me to handle it? And he looks through the glass, and it's like this fully figured woman. He's like, nah, I'll take it. He opens the door, and it's just a clothing rack. But then it's Pamela Anderson, like fully figured. That's where you get the line with a butt that a toilet says, please, I welcome the brown. Like,
and then, dude, it's just, and like the types of jokes, like that scene really sums up like all the types of jokes in this, where it's like he's talking to Pam Anderson, and he's like, oh, you can take a chair, and she's like, no, I have plenty at home.
yeah.
Like,
That's Naked Gun humor for real.
I know,
yes.
yeah.
And to the point in which when she leaves the room and is mad at him for not taking the case the way that she wanted, she's like, you know what? I'm really ticked off at you, so I am going to take this chair with me, and like drags it through the whole precinct. It's just like, oh my God.
Shout out.
Which, by the
Payne.
way, he tells her like a housewife that writes books can't solve crimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no, they don't
Yeah.
write the ship like as far as like societally. It's just like, yeah. And later on in the movie, they said, they proved that she can. So I thought for sure they're going to walk the one back. Nope. This movie was all in, baby. Probably one of my favorite scenes that isn't too far after that is when he talks to the Elon Musk guy, and he's like, Black Eyed Peas, my favorite song. Let's get retarded. He's like, you could say that word?
You
He's
say
like,
that
in my club
like,
you can.
We do here. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, he's basically like, we have a non-woke club that all the billionaires hang out at.
Exactly. That whole Black Eyed Peas back and forth was great. Yeah. He goes,
Yeah, you
let's
never
get
forget
retarded.
Fergie.
He's like, you could say that word. Yeah, we can here. And then he's like, I'll see you later. And he walks out. He's like lost. He comes back right behind him. I'm sorry. That stuff is funny to me because I don't expect it. You know? He walks out to the left and shows up on the right. He goes, I don't know what door. He goes, left to the right. It was so freaking funny. So now he meets with Pamela Anderson, and it's her brother that was killed in the car accident. So I guess he's going to take some time to kind of figure out. He's starting to connect a few dots here, and he's like, that's when he goes and interviews the billionaire, and the billionaire's like, let's give Frank Drebin a couple of gifts, like maybe it'll shut him up and get him off the case. So they give him like a Tesla, but it's not really a Tesla, but he gets like an electric car, and he's like, drive car, back car, and he ends up like ripping the charging station off the wall and opening up the prison, and all the prisoners are coming out. And the other cop is out there like, go back inside. Frank Drebin gets out of the car and he goes, man, this town is really going down. I was just dying, man.
I thought the part where he's like, car, open door. And it like opens the door and hits the guy in the face, and then he closes the door. I'm like, yes, I want this humor again. I want this.
It's just humor. That stupid slapstick stuff. Oh, Criticless hoodies. Yes. That has been discussed, by the way, Maester P. But yeah, maybe for winter. But it's the slapstick, like just it's coming. Like you see, and it happens the first time, and you're like, oh, there's gonna be a few more of these, and then somebody's gonna be like, whoop 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 whoop. Like it's just that type of it's that type of comedy, and it's either gonna, and some of those land for me. Some of them landed for me in this, and some of them didn't. It's just kind of depended on the scene. But and I think honestly for me, even with this, as we're talking about, it's like it's honestly even more funny for me to think back on it than it was like watching it, because I'm just like, oh my God, it's so stupid.
I'm telling you, man, the theater experience, like people discredit that, but it really does play a huge part. And like I was telling people, when I went and saw Jurassic World Rebirth, it's a mid movie. Let's be honest, when you think about it compared to the others. But my theater experience was so good, with people screaming and yelling and just cheering for the dinosaurs to win. It made I just had so much more fun. Like in that, it made me like the movie a lot more. So for what it's worth, it made me like it a lot more. Well, we get to this point where Pamela Anderson, she's a little flirty with Frank, and she comes over to talk about her brother, and the rich guy decides to like, hey, you guys like spying on the Frank to see what's going on. All right, let's just follow them, and then we get the this is why you don't bring kids to this movie. The
Yes.
Yeah.
the heat sensor scene. All right, the heat sensor scene. Basically, is that what it's called? Like he's looking through.
Yeah. It's
Infrared is what people call it.
Infrared,
Yeah,
yeah.
infrared.
Yeah. Which, and even before that, it gets pretty adult because they have this like sexual like conversation about turkeys before they go in the house.
Not being
And he's-
stuffed and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is a very graphic turkey conversation filled with innuendo that then leads to why the infrared scene plays out the way it does.
That's so good.
So the infrared scene, he when they close, he had his windows open and this guy's like spying on him, and then there's stupid stuff that happens in between. It's I can't remember all of it. I have to watch it again. He closed the blinds, so then the guy puts the infrared on the binoculars. The first thing you see, it looks like he's getting excuse me for being gross. It looks like he's getting a hand job, right? Like right there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not a
No, it's a
handy.
full-on beach.
Yeah.
It's-
all right,
it's a
all right,
beach.
yeah, all right. But it looks like it's pretty graphic, but then it's not. It's the Austin Powers tent scene. Is that the best
Yeah.
way to describe it?
Yes. Yeah.
When Austin Powers in the tent, you only see the shadow, and it looks like they're putting stuff in his butt, but she's like packing like clothes. So it's very
but
sexual. It's very sexual. So every time the guy looks through the glasses, it looks like something sexual is happening. Like he ejaculates, but it's just turkey baster.
turkey baster.
That's
But-
when I was like, "How is this PG-13?" Because it looked like
It blasts across the
I
screen.
did.
You see it come out
Yeah.
of the shaft. Like it's the whole thing. It's the full Monty. Like
the best
So
part in
that's
my
not
theater.
what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just
No.
how he interprets it through the heat set. Let me just be
Yeah.
clear. It's like they're cooking a turkey. Like that's what they're doing. They're cooking a turkey
Until
She's
the dog
scrubbing
comes
out
in.
the
Dude.
oven, but it looks like her hand motions in the angle. It looks very sexual. I'm trying to
Dude.
not be over. Almost 100 people in here. You guys are freaking
Heck yeah.
amazing.
Let's go.
This channel doesn't even have 500 subscribers. If you're new here, please sub. Trying to get the watch hours up. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Just wanted to shout everybody out for being here. Unbelievable support.
heck yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sign up for
So,
Critic List. It's in the description. Gonna
Yes.
get more people on there.
Yeah, we need more reviews for this too. Right now, we're already sitting. Last I looked at, they've been coming in. There's 19, so we've had a few since we started. But yeah, the reviews are coming in. It's sitting at a 63% right now. So
I think I gave it the highest.
yeah, I think you did.
So
I might be the second, but
just because I love these type of movies, I don't know.
So, dude, this is when I realized that my crowd wasn't so Blaney after all. Is the dog walked into the scene and the whole crowd went, "Oh!" Like
That's where I was like, they pushed the envelope with that, dude. Like
yeah,
they put so there's a scene where it looks like I'm gonna say it in a way that's YouTube friendly. In the infrared, it looks like the dog got involved in the activities. That's like, and you're like, oh my god, no, but he's not. He's like, the dog is not. The dog is just
the dog got a bone, but not with his mouth. Yes.
they're playing
Yeah.
with them. Yeah, they're
Well,
playing
he got more
tug
than just
with
the
them
bone.
and all that stuff. And you're just like, I can't believe they pushed the envelope on this. Like, that is insane.
But dude, that was one scene, and then they go to the next scene, and like Pamela Anderson leans back, and I'm like, what the actual like? I
Yeah.
was like, how did this get? They must have been like right freaking
Oh, yeah.
here. The
For
MPA
an
was
R
probably like,
rating,
bruh.
easy.
So they must have peeled off some Benjamins to get this one through. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
yeah.
But
But it was-
you can't really see it, guys. It's like it's in
Right.
heat. It's like an infrared, so it's like kind of blurry thing. But oh man, anyway. But then when you go to what's actually happening, they're just playing with the dog, and they're like giving him a bone and all that stuff. So it's like
but I'm saying
Yeah,
the infrared left no, like it was. Really,
Yeah.
it was. I was just like, my eyes were white. I was like, wow.
Which, and we haven't said yet either. Pamela Anderson, I loved her in this so much. Just seeing
She
her
was great.
out. She was my favorite part of this movie. Seeing
Yes,
her
she
out
was
of
great.
typecast, like you could tell she was having fun being goofy
Yeah.
and like just playing in this movie. She looks great. And then there's the whole offset stuff with the two of them, and they're now in like a relationship
Yeah.
and stuff, which is so cool.
And good for them, man. Good
I
for
know,
them.
it's awesome.
I'm
But,
very happy.
yeah.
I hope they're happy.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
yeah, so then after that, the guy goes, there's some disturbing stuff going on in there. And so they decide that they're going to go to a party. Dreven's going to go to a party and try to get some like security cam files because he wants to know what happened to Pamela Anderson's brother and why he died. So they think that this was the last place he was at, was this bar. And I think that was Cody Rhodes was the bartender.
It was.
Yeah,
Oh
in
my
a way.
goodness,
That's what
dude.
I thought. Yeah, Cody Rhodes, the wrestler. And
Well,
they
it was
put
Cody
on a-
Rhodes and several other actors as well.
Yeah,
Because he keeps becoming
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people.
they put
No, but
a
before-
stupid wig on Cody Rhodes. He's a bar. He looked really funny. So
The line
Which
of how
You did skip over the like 5 to 10 minute derailment of the whole film where they decide to have like a rom-com.
oh yeah. I thought that was after.
that's
My
after.
bad, my
That's
bad.
after.
was.
That's after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
That's
That's
after. We'll get to that with the killer snowman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go to this bar, and one of the best jokes, he goes to the bartender, and the bartender's like, "I know you. You shot my brother." And he goes, "Could have been 1,000 people. You shot him in the back. All right, maybe 100 people. He was white. Oh yeah, how's Jerry doing?"
Yeah.
I
That-
almost died, bro.
No joke. No joke. I was sitting beside a black lady in this movie. That was the only thing she laughed at the entire film. She busted out laughing during that scene. I was like, well, at least something in here was funny for you. She about died.
Oh my gosh, man. I was rolling. It's like racist jokes are back on the menu. And I'm glad they didn't care.
Right.
You know? So he's like, I gotta get can I look at your recordings of like people that were here, like your files of the bar? And he goes, no one's allowed to look at those. So then the owner, which is I don't know, I forget his name, but he's the Elon Musk guy that we talked about early on. He shows up and he goes, "Oh, Frank, how you doing?" And he goes, "Hey, I was wondering if I could look at your recordings." And he's like, "Sorry, you can't. I got to keep them safe because people that come to this club expect, privacy." So then Pamela Anderson shows up and she's like, she's dressed beautifully, in a red dress, I think it was. She was dressed really nice. And she goes to Frank and she goes, "All right, I'll keep him distracted and you go get those files." So they go on a little date. The rich guy and Pam, they're sitting there like talking, and Frank Drebin beats up security guards. It's so stupid. To get to a place where he could find the security tapes and record them and kind of see what was going on. So Pam knows that there's a disturbance, so she's like, "I'm gonna sing you a song," and she
Hold on.
gets up on stage and starts singing scat. Is that what you call it?
Yes.
But yeah,
she's
but we were
scatting.
missing one of the
Yeah,
best
yeah, yeah.
jokes
Tell
in
me
the
what
film.
I missed.
Okay, it was Spider Unlimited just brought it up.
Yeah, it's Spider.
So the Elon guy pours her some champagne and she starts drinking it. And she's like, "Comes from Bill Cosby's private stock," and she goes,
Yeah, Bill Cosby. She's like, "Oh dear."
That was my first it was the white guy joke. There was a joke before that where they're talking about, "Oh, she sounded like a saint." Well, we would have taken the Colts or the Indian, and they said anybody but the Browns. I literally in the theater said, "I'm out of here," because I'm a huge Browns fan. So, but that was good. But yeah, that Bill Cosby one, everybody in the theater like erupted. Like that was a good line. But yeah, anyways, to get back on track, she's basically trying to distract after Drebin just pummels a guy in broad daylight. Nobody notices.
Yeah. Well, and it's the big scene from many movies where the like pretty lady's going to go on the stage and sing and like serenade and distract. And she does freaking scat for like 5 minutes.
She's like, I'm dying, man.
While Frank is fighting people to her scat, and it's just like, it is the stupidest shit. It is so dumb.
See, Blaine is laughing. He's gonna change his
It's-
score.
It is,
So
yeah.
dumb.
But the
Well,
best part
funny
is the
thing
cut-
was like
yeah.
the people are lined up to fight him. He's just beating them up one at a time.
yeah, but the best part was he was beating the crap. They'd keep going back to him, and then they'd cut back into Pamela Anderson, and she'd be like, like that, and like just, and then it'd cut back to Frank Drebin.
and the rich guy's like, "Oh my god! Oh wow, that's so great!" While everybody
everybody's
else is like, "What the freak is this sound?" Holy crap, dude! I'm sorry, I was laughing. Well, he gets past the guards. He finally gets to the files, and he gets to the video he wants to see, and he's got to go through ads. And they're typical YouTube ads. They're like, "Don't buy steroids from this guy. Get your testosterone from this." I was dying. He's like, ads.
get some muscle slime.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
so funny. Oh yes, Priscilla Presley makes a cameo in the middle of
2 seconds.
for while Pamela Anderson was singing. And the reason why that's important, and Blaine probably won't understand, she was the love interest of Frank Drebin in the first 3 films.
Okay.
Oh, she was the star in the first 3 films. The guy who played Frank Drebin has passed away. And so they showed her for like 2 seconds. My theater applauded when they showed her. She was just kind of sitting there watching. And my theater applauded, which I so much respect for the older films. So that was thanks for reminding me, Mr. P. That was great. Yeah, very much respect. She was like sitting there in disgust looking at what Pamela Anderson was doing. He gets the files and he finally sees like there was some shenanigans going on. And right, isn't that what he saw? Like no. He saw that the 2 people were actually together meeting, right?
Yeah.
The
Well,
guy-
and then
the-
there's
the
a
Elon guy?
journalist.
Yeah.
And then the journalist looks in, and we have like identifiers saying who they are, which makes sense because you're like in basically Elon's club. So
Mhm.
it's a Deus Ex Machina, but it makes sense, you know.
I mean, even if it didn't, this movie, nothing has to make sense. Like, it doesn't matter.
But they
Like,
tried.
There are
They
no
did a good
rules.
job trying to
Oh,
keep the
yeah,
plot
so-
together. Yeah.
That's right. They found out that there's a journalist that's involved, and so Frank is gonna go. He wants to go talk to the journalist and see, maybe he has some insight. And this is before the rendezvous. So he goes to the journalist's house, and he's like, "Is anybody home?" And the door's wide open. He walks in. He steps in a pool of blood. He goes, "Excuse me, there's something sticky on the ground." Like I'm stepping all over it, making marks all over the carpet. And then there was a note that says, "Pick up the knife." And it was a bloody knife. He picks up the knife. He goes, "I also picked up your knife." And there's a tape recorder that says, "Record yourself saying your name," and I did it. He's like, "Well, okay, Frank Drebin, I did it." And then he discovers the dead body. I'm sorry, it's funny, dude. It's funny.
It's so stupid.
Discovers the dead body, and he's
Dude.
like, "Oh my gosh, I'm being framed." He's like, "I got to get this body out of here." Throws it up, and the head gets smashed in the ceiling fan.
It gets shredded. Yeah.
It
and
just
he's like,
gets decapitated, like just sprays it on the ceiling, no head left. And the police walk in and he's there holding a body with no head. Just
Oh,
so
that's pretty
just
good.
absurdity.
yeah, and then he parkours out the window for no reason at all. And
yeah.
Mhm.
that was hilarious.
Lands in the car and then proceeds to drive away, to which one of the next most absurd scenes happens in the film, which is that his car loses control of his electric car because the villain decides to take control of his car. Once the villain takes control and is going to drive him into the river, then typical like this movie absurdity happens where he's trapped in the car and he is trying to remove the glass off the car, and the car fills with balloons, and then the car fills with bees, and then he runs into a group of guys carrying a windshield for a car, which then traps him back in the car with the bees and the balloons. To which he then, I think, just manages to open the door and go out the door, right? I think somehow he like
he keeps hitting the buttons, and Clippy from Microsoft Word shows up.
yeah.
He's like, "How can I
He's like-
help you?" And he
Yeah.
says, "Let me out of the car." He's like, "Okay." Yeah. So he gets Clippy, which I was like, and it wasn't even
Deep
like
cut.
a play off of Clippy. Yeah.
There was, so I don't know if you guys caught it, and I was the only person laughing in my theater during the scat scene. Pamela starts going ball with the ball to bang, diggy,
Yeah,
diggy.
yeah.
Oh,
And
did she?
yeah.
Yes, and no
Yeah.
one in my theater noticed it, and I was just like,
I did notice it. I would
It's
have
like, give me a break. Yeah, she does. It was pretty great.
Listen, man, that was. Blaine did a terrible job explaining it. Like,
I
the
mean,
dude shoots out the windshield. He's trapped in his car, pushes out the windshield, and a guy carrying a bunch of helium balloons runs in front of him. And they all get sucked into the car so he can't see. He runs into two guys carrying a windshield, and it just runs into it perfectly, and it sucks back on the car. So dude, it's freaking funny, dude.
so stupid.
It's stupid, but it was funny. Like, we were laughing. All right, anyway, so he gets free. He then gets suspended from police squad for all that stuff. So he gets suspended. He has to talk to the police chief at her home in the middle of the night. Gets suspended. And so him and Pamela Anderson decide to like take a weekend off and go on like this rendezvous, and they're playing Something Tells Me I'm Into. Isn't that the song they were playing, or were they playing something else?
No, it was Jefferson Starship. Like the
Oh,
one from
yeah, yeah.
Mannequin. Yeah. But you're missing the one before that where he gets cut from jumping out of the car. And
Oh,
she
yes,
pours
yes.
vodka and proceeds to make a Bloody Mary. On
Bloody
his
Mary
arm.
on his arm.
Yeah.
No. And then there is probably the dumbest bit in the entire film, which is that he gets mad because he let her borrow his TiVo, and she plugs it into the internet, to which the internet makes it forget all of his Buffy episodes.
Okay, you know what? That was the
Yes,
thing, man. That was the
that's
thing.
it.
Don't you even? All right, you're not old enough to know. all
No,
right?
I do remember. Thank you very much. But it's still just so, it was so out of left field, and just like, what is happening right now?
That
And
is
he's just so
right. He
passionate.
gets into a fight with her because she plugged in the TiVo into the internet and it erased all his Buffy. That's right. That's
And then
pretty
it's
funny.
a bunch of deep cut Buffy references for a couple minutes.
They go on this rendezvous where they make up and they're just like making out and just having moments together and everything. And it's all lovey and happy and walking through the forest and in a cabin and all that. And all of a sudden, Pamela Anderson pulls out like a spell book out of nowhere. And they sit on the ground and they bring to life the snowman that they built like 15 minutes earlier. And they're like, hey, that's cool. Come and join us in the bedroom. So there's like a threesome going on with a snowman that they brought to life with a spell. And they're playing
eating
all
his
this happy
hands.
music.
Yeah, they're eating his hands off.
Yes.
And
They're
using
making-
syrup, pouring syrup on his hands and eating them
Like snow
like
cones.
icy snow cones. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Absurd.
So eventually they get bored of the snowman or they just kind of leave him out. And they
Oh no, they get into the really naughty part of the relationship, and they're like, no, we're done with you, snowman. So they push him out, and he's smiling, but then he lurks over them in the window,
Yeah.
and he realizes he's not wanted anymore.
and the music changes.
The happy music changed to some slasher type evil music, and the snowman looks mad and he's gonna kill them all. So it turns into this like 5 minutes of like thriller of a killer snowman that they brought to life with a spell book as one of their dates in their weekend rendezvous.
Yeah. To which the snowman gets killed by having his head chopped off with a katana by Pamela Anderson, and he falls in the hot tub.
Yeah, and right, like 2 seconds after the head comes off, they go back to Jefferson Starship.
They go back
Yeah.
to the happy music. Yeah. Oh my, I love that scene. Oh my gosh. I freaking love that scene. I didn't know because you didn't know where it was going.
No. Yeah, this movie will regularly, the movie will be like dealing with the plot, and then they're just like, nope, off into left field for a bit, and then it comes back over a little bit, and then back off into left field. It's just kind of how it goes. which I'm sure the originals were probably a good bit like that too. Kind of
Yeah,
like how
yeah.
Airplane in those movies were.
Yes, pretty much. They ripped off Jack Frost. Pretty much.
Yes, yeah.
Pretty much. For 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
It was
And
hilarious. Yeah.
so then they get back from their rendezvous, and then they figured out that it's the Elon Musk guy that killed her brother, and they got to figure out what they're doing. And how did they ended up? They ended up, this was like probably my favorite part. They found the guy that was spying on them, and they decided that they were going to bring him in for questioning. So they ended up bringing him in and injecting him with something that made him fall asleep.
So that was pretty funny because up until that point, he was pretty serious. He's like, "This isn't my car.
You're not
this
my
isn't
normal driver.
driver. Yeah, this isn't the air I breathe." And then he goes, "This isn't how I fall asleep." Like,
So he wakes up chained in a hospital room, and he sees on the television evil billionaire plan caught, right? Frank Drebin walks in the hospital room, and he's like, "Man, your friend got arrested," and he's spilling the beans, and he's blaming everything on you. And they go back and forth. Basically, it was kind of stupid where he's like, "You escaped from jail, and nobody loves you anymore because you're a vegan," and like some kind of random thing, like if you don't tell. So then he spills his guts. He's like, "It wasn't me, it was the other guy, and this is their plan, and this is what they want to do. They want to do everything." And so Drebin stands up and is like, "You guys get that?" And then you hear, "Yes." And the walls come down, and they built a fake hospital. They put him in, and the people come to arrest the guy for a confession. But then they go, "Frank, how did this happen? You've been suspended." He goes, "Well, you got to break the law sometimes." And then you hear, "Did you guys hear that?" And the walls come down, and the next group comes in to arrest Frank Drebin for like admitting that he broke the law. And then he asked the lady, he goes, "Wait, well, how did you get past internal affairs?" And she says something like, "Well,
yeah, how
sometimes
did you build
you
a set so fast?" Yeah, he's like, "So well, she's like, I just threatened them with removing their licenses." And then somebody else goes, "Did you get
He goes,
that?"
"Did you get that?" And those walls fall down, and she gets arrested for breaking protocol. It was great.
By OSHA,
I thought
by
that
the way.
scene was great. Blaine hated
Yeah.
it. Look at his face. He's
I
like,
hated that scene. I saw every bit of it coming from a freaking mile away, and every time the walls came down, I was just like, "More! There's more! I know there's more coming. There's more walls coming down here," and it just
glorious.
kept coming.
It was
But
wonderful.
yeah,
I
It
loved
was
it.
so
Then they had to go and they had to foil them. They know what's going on now. They're at this WCW or WWFC wrestling event. Thousands of people. The billionaires are all up in their room. They're gonna drop 2 cherries, where they call them balls. They're gonna come
Hold
down.
on. What's the arena that they're at?
Tell me.
PonziScheme.com.
Yeah. Ponzi scheme. That's right. And they know the plan. Like, they're going to set off the device, the plot device there, and they're going to have everyone turn on each other, and the billionaires are going to go, and they're going to start the whole thing. So Frank's like, "All right, we got to get this done." Pamela Anderson goes in there. She gets, she's trying to woo her way in, and Frank needs a distraction, and his co-pilot or co-partner is sitting at a beer stand, like giving him like directions on where to go. At this point, I forgot, like, police squad's been disbanded. They turned into a Spirit Halloween store. Everyone's been fired. Frank's got to pull this out, or everyone, like, no one's gonna have a job. All this stuff. So his partner is at like a beer stand that's closed, and like these weird people keep showing up. "Hey man, gonna get a beer?" So he doesn't want to be bothered, so he keeps giving out free beer. And he gives out beer to like kids and stuff that show up to like free beer.
Great.
And he's like, he's got his binoculars, like trying to assess the situation. He's like, "Just get away from me. Here, take it." So he's like giving beer to like little kids. I thought Blaine didn't like that either, man. I thought that was
so dumb.
I thought
So-
that was hilarious.
Did y'all recognize that actor? We've seen him very recently. He was Mole Man in
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's that
it
guy.
was.
Yeah.
I don't
He,
know.
I guess he's got 2 movies in theaters. Not a bad place to be.
It's because we're all old. That's
It's
about
true.
it.
Yeah.
About it.
And Mo. I mean,
Um,
we all know Mo's old too. So
So Frank finds
Had
the
about enough of you,
device.
sir.
Frank's finding the device, and he's crawling into these. It's a cherry, but it looks like 2 balls. He's crawling in. He accidentally hits the machine, and it's starting to get lowered. And when it's on its way down, his pants get stuck on some kind of claw, so his pants get taken off. So his butt is shown to the whole audience, and he gets the device, and he ends up. I think he's able to shut it off, right? He's able to shut it off.
But you're
Yeah.
missing
He's
the
like,
part where the
well-
UFC announcer describes his, you know what?
yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's like
Well,
a
he's bu-
bratwurst, worthy of the Kaisers.
Yeah.
So unnecessary. It was hilarious. Go ahead.
So he's able to get the device, but he has no pants on. Yeah, they had one announcer in there that was like dealing with some marital stuff. He kept bringing it
Yeah.
up.
He's like, I left the house and my wife she had on full makeup and is that a problem? And they're just like, I don't know, dude. Anyways, and every time they cut to the announcers, he's just like, so like, should I do something about my wife? I think she's hanging out with my buddy Jerry. Like,
Oh man, it was so good. So he's got this stuff, but unfortunately, Pamela Anderson was caught and she was tied up in the room, and they were able to get the How were they able to get the device back? They were caught and brought back up to the room, were they not?
Or
the device was taken back
He
to the
gets the
room.
device. He's leaving, and then he gets caught. Then Elon confronts him in the kind of garage or staging area for the arena. Yeah, and he talks to him, and there's a back and forth. But yeah, go ahead.
And the back and forth is funny because all of a sudden it goes to Dave Bautista, who's dressed like Frank Drebin, while they're yelling at each other. And then all of a sudden, like Frank comes, the real Leslie, I almost said Leslie Nielsen, comes back and like, thanks for filling in for me, Dave.
He's like, I missed a few lines. I'm sorry, dude. Like,
he's like, I had to use the bathroom. So Dave Bautista was the stunt double stand-in. Oh my God, dude. So he gets the evil guy gets the device back and he turns it on. Right? And everybody's going crazy. They're fighting each other. They're turning into like zombies. They're punching each other in the face. And he sends like 7 of them to fight Frank Drebin, and Drebin is able to like fight them all with like the back of the gun, throwing it in their face without killing anybody. So they chase after the they end up chasing after the billionaires, and the billionaires all got on like electric motorcycles. They thought they were like having an adventure. Half of them crashed. They didn't know how to ride bikes. And
that was
funny.
So many scenes. I was just like, what is happening? Why is this happening? It's just stupidity for stupidity's sake. I get it. I get the brand, but I think at that point there was a point around near the end where I was just like, and it just wasn't hitting me anymore. Like I was just ready. I was
had
ready
enough
to go.
of it.
I had enough. It was just the motorcycle scene. I guess they were like electric motorcycles. There was no real reason. They were all just crashing all over the place.
But we're missing the part with the motorcycles, which is the owl. Frank Drebin.
Yes.
go for it.
It's his dad. So he starts talking to his owl, and he's like, help me. You got to help me somehow. Anyways, we cut like a minute later, and Liam Neeson is holding on to the owl flying in midair, and he's kicking the people on the motorcycle. And the main Elon guy, he's like, go ahead. And he lets go of one of the arms, and the owl poops on the Elon guy, and you hear a fart sound effect. It's totally nonsensical. And the guy falls into a fountain. And now it's Elon versus Frank Drebin. And this is the final fight.
The owl's dad. So it's his dad, right?
Yeah.
That
And
fight.
the owl talks to him also. And he's like, I love you, son.
I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he fights the big evil guy. It's pretty much in. The fight was really dumb because the evil guy's like, all right, let's go. And Frank punches him one time. And he's like, oh, you hit me in the stomach. Frank's like, have you ever been in a fight before? He goes, well, no.
Well, he goes, yeah, but he's like, oh, it really hurts. I want to barf. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that like that kind of scene too, like I laughed the first time because it just caught me off guard because it's like, oh, my stomach. And you're just like, it's so random. I think part of the problem with this type of humor for me is then it's like it doubles down and then it triples down.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it quadruples down and the joke just keeps going. And that's when I just keep going like, and by the end he's like, my tummy, oh God, my tummy. And you're just like, oh God.
You've had enough.
Yep.
I get it. I get it. That's the thing, is like I totally get it.
Right.
Why people would be, this ain't it. Well, he defeats the bad guy, he ends up getting the device, and instead of, he turns the dial that makes everybody like love each other. And
Goes
he
from calm up
so
to calm down.
yeah,
Calm
so
down
he,
to calm up. Yeah.
so he got him arrested, but Pamela Anderson wants revenge for her brother being killed. So she pulls out a gun, like getting ready to shoot. And I guess he talks her down. So, and like some stupid
yeah. He's like, it'll be the best 5 seconds.
It'll be the best feeling you've ever had, but don't do it. So, oh man. So she doesn't do it, and they have a moment, and it's all lovey-dovey, and that's it. They save the day. That's how you do it.
Yep. And then you roll credits, and it ain't over. Not far from over. So
in the credits, like there's a couple like I love the part where the police chief was like, they're all on leave, and they're all like, what are you going to do about Frank Drebin is like defilement? Like, well, we put him on leave, but they're actually on
a rigorous re-education.
Yeah, re-education.
And then, they're all in like Hawaii or something like that. Yeah.
But the thing was, like, did you stay that late, Blaine, or did you leave when that happened?
Once the song started, I was like, I need to go right now. I need to leave this theater immediately.
The song that Frank Drebin recorded?
I did stay for him to punch the screen out.
Okay. I was about to say, like...
Yeah, I did see that. And I was
like
just...
It all freezes and the credits roll, and then except those two, they're like looking around like, what is this? This is very weird. It's pretty stupid. It's pretty stupid. Now, what was the end credit scenes, Mo?
Oh, was there more?
That was like, hey, all you billionaires that survived the apocalypse. And it's Weird Al. And he just comes out and he's like, hello? Evil electric guy? It's like, he goes, what the heck? You're like total weird, classic Weird Al Yankovic. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really laugh out loud at that, but, it's Weird Al. So I smiled. But I like some of the credits where you had they had like a body, they had casting director, then they had full body casting, and it was Nurse Allison, and then they had a full eye chart. It's like, say this out loud, and then at the bottom it said you don't need glasses. I thought that was funny. Oh, dude,
maybe he's right. That could have helped my experience, maybe.
Hey, it was only like an hour and a half from the very beginning credits to the very end credits. So
I know, which is almost worse. By the end, I was just like, I don't know. I was checked out. It was, I don't know, didn't hit for me. But like I said, I mean, it's, and comedy is such a like super subjective thing. It's kind of like even they're like comedians, big famous comedians that you'll talk to somebody and they're like, oh, they're the funniest person ever. And then you talk to the next person, they're like, they suck. They're not funny.
Exactly.
So
it's true. It's some people love toilet humor. Some people hate it. Like,
right.
Fart jokes will always be funny to me, but for some, it's like, that's disgusting. That's not funny at all. What's wrong with you? That's disgusting. I don't want to hear fart noises. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm not mad at anyone that hated this, because I expected. I mean, not hate's kind of a harsh word, but that just didn't. Right. It just wasn't for them, because it really is it is not like a Tropic Thunder where you can have stupid like everything in one. It's definitely what it was. If this movie does well enough, I bet they'll make a second one. Easy.
Probably so, especially with like if the two of them and their like relationship and then playing off of their real life stuff, and like that could work well for this whole series too. And I mean, they probably made it for nothing.
Like right there.
No, they didn't.
I can't stand Elf. F that movie. Some people love Elf.
Right.
The only thing I love about Elf is when he's like, "That's an angry elf," and he gets beat up by Peter Dinklage. I thought that just makes
Yeah.
me laugh every time.
I'm not a huge Elf fan either. It's just so annoying.
So I've heard that the Naked Gun this one cost $40 million to make, which is
Say
like,
what?
yeah, that's the line that's been thrown out there.
That is too much.
That's a lot for a comedy. Yeah.
Too
It's a
much.
whole
I
lot.
think that's very low in today's crazy movie standards. Like it's like even like some of the cheaper anime films are like 80, 90 million. You know,
Yeah,
and like I even think like wasn't the one movie that bombed that came out, that robot girl, what was it? I didn't even see it.
Are you talking about the creator?
No. What was that movie that came out? It's about the robotic girl. That was like a horror movie.
Oh, Megan.
Yeah, Megan 2.0
2.
like totally bombed. I even think that cost more than 40 million.
Really?
So,
I
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. We have to look that up.
They're gauging somewhere between like 25 to 30 something million.
Okay.
Which I mean, that studio just makes stuff on the cheap. But yeah, it kind of surprises me because like there were some scenes where it was clearly like green screen and like a set piece and stuff, and I'm just like, I assume that they made it for pretty cheap because of some of those scenes where I'm like, this is clearly like they're cutting costs here. So yeah, I don't know. That's wild if they spent that much. I don't know if that was on talent or what.
Godzilla -1 was filmed for like 15 million. Yeah, that's true. How crazy is that?
Jay does need to add some more friends with benefits, so it's not just me. Granted, we tend to be more aligned than on this movie, but this one, yeah, it hurt his friends with benefits score, being that I'm the only one on it.
Yeah, you're right. Liam Neeson, I love seeing Liam Neeson and Pam Anderson together. Like you said, I thought that was great. I thought it was a great pair. Liam Neeson, it's always like, you know, that's the guy that you don't want to kidnap his family because he will find you and kill you. This is the guy that trained freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, like this is Liam Neeson. You know, like you don't want to mess with him or his family. So I gave it a 90. That's probably the highest review. I only got 2 thumbs down, so that's fine. And I got 50 thumbs up. Thank you. But yeah, here's a 68, 55. The original Leslie Nielsen flick is number 9 in my top 10 movies of all time list. Wow, that's a high bar, man.
And I can see 80. Some hardcore people that being the case. If you're like really hardcore, just being like, this just can't live up to the like Leslie Nielsen stuff. I could see that also being the case.
We got a 50. I did find the Naked Gun to be funny. So like I think everyone found a couple laugh out loud scenes. 40. Yeah, it's going down. There's a 78. I didn't have my side cracking like I was hoping I would, but this movie did get a few good literal LOLs out of me and very many chuckles. There you go. The Viking Presents gave it an 80. I love that, man. Doesn't put his review in there. That's awesome. There's Blaine. You mean I have more likes than Blaine? Blaine has 5 thumbs down here. What the heck?
Yeah.
And 50 comments?
Whoa.
Yeah. It's a wee bit active in there. Blaine,
there's
a lot of people.
I'm here because of the stream. Look
yeah,
at that.
Knee signed up. He got an account.
I love it. I'm not following Knee Pain. I'm gonna do that live.
He literally just got on.
So the glow will go around your picture if you have a transparent background. That's baller.
Yeah, that was actually an accident. And we left it because it was cool. And it's web only that it does that. But yes, it will shape, the glow will shape to your profile picture if you have like a PNG.
That. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're giving you a hard time about Airplane too.
Oh yeah, yeah. They call me Shirley. So it's
if room temperature IQ is required for this film, then I will love it. I love it, man. Yeah, people are giving you a little hard time.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone that I have more likes, 49, than Blaine.
I know. How did
the creator of Criticless? Look at that.
My people are
He's only at 33.
It's because what probably has happened is they don't want to give me a downvote because there's some people that don't give them, but they refuse to give me an upvote. They're just that displeased with my low score.
Wow, Tom gave it a 75. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah.
Best comedy I've seen all year. Nonstop laughs. Look at that. Love it. 82 from Hey man, it's coming up. Spider Unlimited, my dude, gave it a 90. Steel Leg with a 100. I'm not following you, Dr. Manzar. Are you sure? Are you sure? Odin, I just give him a thumbs down because it's Odin.
Whoa.
And we got a 5 over here. This film
Woof.
is crap. Nothing was funny. At least I had a decent nap.
Brutal.
Respect. It might be moving up in the reviews, man. It might be moving up.
Yeah.
63. It might move up a little. It's still in rad. We'll see how it does this weekend. I will say this. I had a better time in this than I did Superman and Fantastic Four.
Oh, 100%.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just don't kill me.
They had a cohesive plot. It paid off. Everything that they put in there that actually worked. The underlying plot actually made sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, when it's as thin as a sheet of paper, it's pretty
Exactly.
easy to
Liam
make
Neeson
it
told a
work.
woman that she was not thinking and that he did his job better, and he was right. And there wasn't there was no girl boss at all in this movie. Not even the boss. That was a woman. She was actually funny. I thought she did a good job. But
What's the woke factor? It's like no
Non-existent
at all.
Like,
dude,
Yeah,
the
it
freaking
probably-
the guy got shot in the back. He's white.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That was that wasn't woke at all. Yeah.
I bet. Let me see. I bet the political bias meter is actually veering right on this movie. If I were to bet money, let's see. Oh, everybody has it at no. I think I put it at slightly right just because it was, openly pushing against current comedy standards.
Oh, I love the part where she's like, turn on your body cam. He's like, okay. And he starts winking.
Right. Well, yeah, because there's points when he's just like talking about how he loves to break the law, and he's like, please don't abide by the law. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, there was some good things. I just followed you now, Dr. Manzo. Sorry about that. Blaine is the only one following me from the Hangover crew. Well, I will correct that right now.
Oh, by the way, Mo, I've been meaning to tell you, you should go on the Hangover group with your app, and you can customize the background and stuff of our page for the Hangover group. But you can only do it on mobile. You can't do it on web yet. So,
All right. Well,
And then
it's good to know.
Mr. P, remind me. There you go. I just gave you a follow. When I go through the reviews, I'll start following everybody back that I should be. I should be following more people. So sorry about that. There we go. So has your number changed, Blaine, since talking about it and laughing a little bit?
it did make me laugh a bit. I might raise it a couple points just for you guys. It is funnier to talk about because it's so dumb. I mean, it's so painfully dumb. But talking about it did make me enjoy some of it a bit more. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mo, any difference?
No, it
What's
was,
your
it was
overall?
hilarious.
Do you think people should go watch this movie?
Oh, absolutely. And even if you end up not liking it, it only takes like an hour and a half of your time, which
Yeah,
is
it's-
very rare nowadays. And it didn't feel like they rushed through it. Like I thought it was a good, funny, stupid movie. I love stupid humor. I like smart humor. Anything, I'll laugh at just about anything as long as it's done fairly well. And I think it was. So I would say go see the movie. And we explained it. We were all over the place, but even if we explained it, you're still going to laugh at it. The freaking infrared scene.
And
The
we
killer
didn't even hit.
snowman is hilarious. Yeah, go ahead.
There's so many jokes. Like we still didn't hit it all. Like this movie's
Yeah.
nonstop. And even as someone who wasn't crazy about this, I can still very openly say like this is a good one of these. Like this is one of these, and if you like this type of movie, you'll probably like it. And like Mo said, it's only an hour and a half. And also with me too, I'm kind of in the same boat with Jay where I'm just like either way, like whether you love it or hate it, I just want people to go see movies in theaters. I want, theaters to keep running and people to keep supporting stuff that people like, so it's like, hey, check it out. Why
So
not give it a go?
just so everybody knows, we're gonna end the review for the Naked Gun right now, but I want to ask some movie questions real quick about like the theater experience and stuff. So if you want to stick around, I won't keep you guys that much longer. But since we got a nice crowd here, 70 plus people here, I want to know, Blaine, like your overall, and not to throw you guys under the bus, but
Yeah.
we were talking about this earlier today. This is something from, okay, let me blow this up so you can see this. So Jurassic World Rebirth literally came out 4 weeks ago. And it says that it's going to be released on digital platforms on August 5th. I personally think, and same thing with Superman, is supposed to be on digital platforms like in a month after release from the theater. I do know like some movies have done this before. These are supposed to be these three were the big summer supposed to be blockbusters, right? Like that's what they were supposed to be. And I'm like, do you think this kind of stuff is hurting the overall theater experience when if they keep continually to do this, like in 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks, you could get this, you could just buy it and watch it at home. Now, just so everyone knows, this is not a rental, so this is not going to be like $4. This is when it's available, it's available for purchase.
It's like
But
25
still,
bucks or something.
It's available. Yeah. So it's going to be a little more costly. But do you think things like this hurt, or is it's just how it is? Like that's just something that we got to get used to, because I personally think if they continue on this trend, at more and more people will just basically like, I'll skip the theater experience and save it for something that I really want to see, which overall will hurt the theater experience, which is why when you go to the theater, and here I'm talking a lot, you now see commercials for like insurance, dinner theaters in your area, like stuff.
We have
I'm
like
seeing
a
like
Applebee's,
commercials for like stuff I
like-
would see at home now. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't like it. There used to be a time, me and Mo are old, so there used to be a time where it was exciting to go early because you wanted to catch the previews
Oh,
of
absolutely.
movies coming out.
Episode
And
3.
now it's like,
Yeah.
you can see the
YouTube
previews.
kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Like they honestly, a personal opinion, they should not release. I get why they do, but they should hold these trailers from being on sites like YouTube and make it so that you have to go in at least for like a while. Like make them go into the theater to see it if you want to see it.
So do you think like releasing it early to streaming is is
I
that a
think
big deal or is it a problem?
No, I definitely think it's a problem. I mean, because the thing is like what used to happen was they'd get this bit of time for the movie to breathe, for it to kind of get out of the, like if there's negative buzz around it, for the stank to get off the movie a little bit, and then you can get a new marketing buzz rolling for putting it onto digital. So you had that upper hand if it didn't do well. And I think that what they're trying to do is ride the coattails of if something's succeeding and doing well, that they can just keep making money and somebody turn around and be like, oh, well, I'll watch it again with my family at home and we'll just buy it. And I get that logic, but I don't think that it's helping. And half the time, it's only on that version where you can buy it at full price for like a month, and then you can turn around and see it for free on like freaking Netflix or HBO Max or wherever. So it's like that can't be helping the movie make more money, or the actors or everybody involved either, if you're getting like returns and dividends after the fact. So I think it's a terrible idea. I think they need to let stuff breathe for a while. And even if it's just a couple months, I don't know that it needs to be like back in the day, like in the 90s, where it was like a year. And then all of a sudden they'll be like, it's coming out on video. And you're just like, holy crap, I forgot that movie existed.
So-
but like, yeah, go ahead, Mo.
Yeah. So here's what I think, and this is where they're messing up. They're doing this hard out 30 days. So
Mm-hmm.
what they need to do is they need to have a slide rule. They need to quantify it based off of the week after week returns. Are they still making money? Is it still going? If it goes 1 month, if it goes 2 months, if it goes 3 months, if it goes 5 months, if it goes 7 months. Once you get to a point where you've completely diminished your returns and it's a good idea to bring it to digital, I think you should do that. Having a 30-day, 60-day, that makes no sense. You need to make it say, okay, because if you have a movie that isn't doing so great, it might pick up wind by people that are like, you know what, I'm going to check this out. I'll rent it for $20, but I don't want to go to the theater with my with my wife and my 2 kids, because that's a lot of money. But I'll spend 20 to check it out at home. But it
Right.
needs to be on a slide rule. This set date doesn't work, and it shows how out of touch studios and streaming platforms are. You want to keep something in the theater if it's making money as much as possible, because the theaters make money. It's in the zeitgeist still. It needs to be like that, and that's where they mess up. They're hard locking to a date, and it's just by people that don't understand what they're doing. You keep something going until it's not financial. You're not getting a good financial return. At that point, you say, okay, 2 weeks after that, just in case, we'll bring it out to digital platforms and stuff like that. But just saying 30 days, like Jurassic Park is being stupid. They're like Universal is being stupid in this case, because they probably got another good month of making money off it in the theaters, even if they have less theaters. But once it's completely spent everything that it can, and now it's might possibly lose money or just be breaking even, bring it out to digital platforms. But it should not be 30 days. It shouldn't be 60 days. It should be based off the performance of a movie. That's what I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Follow Brady's Fun. I got to get you on here, brother. You got great insight and everything. I'm so glad that you're here, man. Make sure you get it on Criticalist too.
Yeah.
Good dude right here. If you're not following him, make sure you check him out. Good people. These are good people. So, and what's up, man? What's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you, man. I know you don't get up early for my early stream, but I will say this though, that the first time that I've seen this happen recently is Avatar. Avatar was like, we are not going to release the teaser trailer. If you want to see it, go see Fantastic Four over the weekend. And they made that public announcement where they're like, I mean, of course, they're both under Disney now since Disney bought Fox. But I honestly hope more people I hope they do that more. I really do. Like, I agree with Blaine. I think and not just with Avatar, but movies that you might be excited to see, where it's like some people might have been excited to see Fantastic Four, and it's like, well, if you want to see the real trailer, go see this movie, go see Thunderbolts, and we'll give you an exclusive trailer, and it's only going to be in the theater. We'll release it 3 weeks later. When it comes to will people leak it? Of course, people leak stuff all the time, but still, I think that's a good thing for the theaters. Theaters right now are relying on people buying popcorn buckets at ridiculous prices. These $50, $60 popcorn buckets, and movies staying in the theater. So it's like you release it on digital so quickly. I mean, what if you had like an odd weekend where there's nothing released and people wanted to go back?
Right.
And let's go watch Superman again. Well, we got nothing to do, It's like,
well, and even like this weekend where it's like you've got a comedy movie. The comedy movie isn't necessarily like competition for
Correct.
something like those movies. Like those are the movies that are your Supermans, your whatevers are gonna be in the IMAX, the Dolby, the big moneymaker theaters. So why would you not just keep it around? It's not like you're having to send out more reels of film. These theaters already have it. Like, keep the movie around. Let it stay on these dead weeks and make some more money. Like, at least try. So yeah, I don't really understand the logic behind it. I was going to ask Jay, do you think that the Avatar move and keeping it as that, like, showing with Fantastic Four, do you think that some of that was to push the international audience to go see
100%.
Fantastic Four?
100%.
Okay, because they're who pays for Avatar. Like where more than half that money comes from, 3/4 of it.
100. I thought that's exactly what, when me and Ryan were talking about it, I said the same thing. I was like, this is to get people from China and everything to go watch the film.
Yeah,
because they eat that up. They eat that stuff up. It will be interesting to see what happens with Avatar. I love Avatar movies. I know people call me Avatared for it. It is what it is. But it'll be interesting to see if that thing does hit $2 billion. because
be
it's
wild.
so close to the second one. The other one was what, 19 years separation.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
might have had like a big. It was like not. Yeah, it was a lot.
It was,
Was it
it was
19
like
years
14.
or 9
It
years?
was
What-
2009 was when it came out because I remember I was in Florida. at
And the
that
other one
point,
came
but-
out in 2023.
Was it 23? So it's 14. It's a lot. That's a lot
Yeah.
for sequels. But yeah,
Was it 23? 22.
I think it was 23 or 24. It was very recent. It was post.
Yeah, I think it was 23. Because I
COVID
was
nonsense,
surprised
yeah.
that this one was coming out so soon after the gap of the other ones. Because I was just like, oh, well, we got
they
another
filmed 2
Avatar
and
movie?
3 back to back.
Yeah.
So then they John Landau passed away of cancer, and he was a huge part of Avatar and building Pandora and working with James Cameron on these Avatar films. And so if the second one did well, they were going to push this series to 5 films.
Yeah.
So get 5 films because James Cameron already said, "Yeah, I'll direct 4 and 5. I'm ready. I'm ready to." If they average around $2 billion each, will be the biggest movie franchise ever that has no cultural footprint.
That's what I was
Yes,
about to
that's
say.
what I
With
say,
the
yeah.
smallest cultural imprint of Wild. Like, how is
Yeah.
that even possible? I don't
I
understand.
love
it.
Avatar. Okay.
When
give
have
me
you
a
ever
quote.
seen somebody wearing a
Give me a
freaking
quote.
hat?
No quote. No.
Oh yeah, I
t-shirts.
was on Pro Show the other day, and they were like, "Name a character," and for like a whole minute, I was
I
like,
know. I was listening.
"Yeah." It's like I finally came up with.
I gotta correct you on this because there is a massive Avatar fandom. I mean, let me just show you this real quick, and let me know in the private chat if I'm keeping you guys. Yeah, all right. Please close your eyes if you don't want to see. But he shows off his Avatar tat. He's all in,
Wow.
man.
This one
He's
man.
all in. Carrying it on his back, all right. But yeah, it's funny. Interesting too, this day that they are going to be releasing. The stream is dying. What happened?
Yeah, it's
Some
got
lag?
it keeps. Yeah,
Key StreamYard.
Jeremy's having an issue. Take some of that Criticless money and invent like.
The
Blade
new
would be
yeah.
I've done some research. I can help you out.
All right, Mo. Let's get going. Time to start coding.
Let's do.
What I think happened here in the theater, which 4th weekend, May the 4th be with you, is like the Star Wars Day. I think for sure they didn't want Thunderbolts to be embarrassed by back in the theater because there was nobody likes the modern movie years in advance because Lucasfilm had a win in for. Maybe they'll make a lot of money to make another Acolyte. I don't know. Something's wrong with the stream. Is it really that bad? Well, we might
Yeah,
have to end it then.
not the one that they've been hiding. Release the one that we grew up with that wasn't tainted by George Lucas.
Right.
I would go to the theater and watch that immediately.
Yeah, it
Even
better
if I
not
am
be the
good.
freaking CGI cut, bro.
Just get Harmy or the guy that did 4K 77. Just put that in the theater. I'd watch it. So
Just
much
bogging
like
down.
Blaine's review on the Naked Gun, it's totally crapping the bed right now.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bad. Well, thank you. Hold on. I'm going to do something. We did absolutely nothing.
Right.
The year, freaking heck, man. I got to use it up for another.
I know. I went to Mo and find out what the best alternative is because I'm
There's
about
no
to
good
jump
alternative.
ship.
They all have massive issues with super chats and
We've been having this crazy thing happen where StreamYard
People are like,
Wow.
yeah, I'm done.
yeah.
So might as well not even say